Hello, this is going to be my updated custom skies tutorial using Terragen 2 free. It's more or less exactly the same as the Tech 9 one, only we're going to be working with Terragen 2. So what we're going to do is first you want to download the files that I provided, and as well as the Code4 mod tools that I have linked in the description below, if you don't already have them. Anyway, so in the Skybox files, you have the installation for Terragen 2, an image converter. That's not really compulsory. You can use Photoshop instead if you don't wish to install that. Text to file renamer, as well as a list of all the maps, and the preset cameras and renderer for the Skybox. So we'll open up Terragen 2. Now, you might find this whole interface kind of daunting, but we use very little of it for what we're doing. So first, you want to come down here and delete these two nodes, and instead we're going to insert cameras and Skybox renderer. So if you didn't catch that, go File, Insert Clip File, and import cameras and renderers. Then link front camera to full render. Click here, click on that and make it render again. And we'll go to the Atmosphere tab, and you'll have the startings of the sky. But first we want to go into the Lighting tab and delete EnviroLight, because that can cause us some weird glitches, and remove Glow in Atmosphere and Visible Disk. Once you're done with that, we'll come over to the Atmosphere tab. Now we can have a play around with the sky. You can change the colours, change the haze down the bottom there. We can even make it taller and stuff like that. We can even make it a bit orange, make it look a bit more sunsetish. Oh, there we go, we have a nice purple sky. Now we want to add clouds. We go add cloud layer, and low level cumulus is usually pretty good for what we're going to do here. Looks kind of nice. In fact, I'm just going to link front down to quick render, and I'm just going to make a quick render, and that's what my sky looks like so far. So I'm going to pop a link on the screen now over on the right side that has a lovely website that has examples of every single different examples of what all the different settings kind of do, because I don't really want to go through explaining everything in this, because there's a lot of stuff. But basically, coverage, cloud density, most of them speak for themselves, but we want to make sure we increase the cloud quality to 1 and the atmosphere quality in number of samples to 64. Now once we've done that, we are ready to export the sky. So we'll go over here to full render and double click on it, and we're gonna, you've got all your cameras here, all 6, and one by one you're going to assign the camera to the renderer and render an image. Now I'm not actually going to do that because it takes quite a while. For me, on my computer, it takes up to 10 minutes. You are welcome, for a quickish render, just to turn this down to 0.6, which renders in a couple of minutes. Alright, as you can see, it took 1:30 to run around 0.6. We want to click on save, use a folder, and since this one is sky underscore front, sky underscore FT is what you want to save it as. In the Skybox files, there's a list of all the extensions you should use. So FT is front, LF is left, sunset is up, up is up, back is back, right is right, and down is down, and all the cameras are more or less labelled like that: right, back, left, top, which is up, and down, which is down. Once you've rendered out all 6 of these, what we want to do is we'll come over and open Kigo Image Converter, which is the one I provided. Then from here, we'll want to grab our BMPs, put them in here, browse to browse to this folder. So browse to a folder, and convert them. Right, once you've converted out your images, they should be sitting here all in TGA format. So we want to select them all, and now we're going to go to our code folder with mod tools installed. Again, if you don't have mod tools, you need to install them for this to work. So you will need to go to config factory or using the link provided below in the description. Now we want to go to a folder called texture assets skybox. As you can see, I already had something in there from earlier, but we want to paste them, all 6 of them, into texture assets skybox. It has to be those, otherwise this will not work. So do that. Then we'll go to the bin and then asset manager, and we'll make a new entry, sky underscore tutorial take tutorial 2. I'm calling it tutorial 2 because I actually had a failed recording of the tutorial earlier. So here we go. So these settings are material type needs to be sky, sort skybox horizon, usage sky, and surface type none. Select tools, open. Go to our texture asset, skybox, select FT, needs to be the front, no MIP bilinear, and no picmic. Now, once you've done that, we're going to save this, and we're going to save this in source underscore data, sky underscore tutorial 2, or whatever you have named the entry as in there, it has to be the same name. Then you're going to press F10 on your keyboard, and it is going to convert the file. So it'll say file converted. If it comes up with a kind of error the first time around, don't worry, just press F10 again. It should sort itself out. Now, we go to raw images, and the sky should be the sky should have rendered out. It'll be labeled sky underscore FT or whatever your FT was labeled as earlier. Then we're going to make a new folder here, and we're going to make 7 copies, so we have 8 files in total, and then 5 times again, so we have 48 in total. Now, shouldn't have closed that, but we're going to go back to our tutorial skybox files. We're going to open text file renamer, which for some reason always opens up over there for me, and we're going to select all these in that text file called skybox batch rename list, and paste them in on the right side. Drag all of these in on the left side, click here when ready. There you go, you've all been renamed. Now for a kind of little bonus thing that's not in the Tech9 tutorial, this is how we would set up these guys to be used on custom maps. So what you want to do is make a copy of any of these, and duplicate of any of these, and we'll rename it to mp underscore cluster underscore ft. Now with this custom sky will now function on cluster, and you can do that with any sky you want. So once you've done that, we're going to cut all these and head over to the mods folder, to mod warfare, which I've just scrolled past. Make a folder called images, paste everything in it, and then double click on make mod.bat. All this comes default with COD. Once you've done that, you'll find zmodwarfare.iwd. You can rename it to z_sky, as long as you can have as many Z's as you want there. I don't know why I have triple Z's. Somebody's X-firing me, that's not useful. Anyway, once you've done that, all you've got to do is pop it into your movie mod folder, and away you go. So hopefully this tutorial has been helpful. It's my first tutorial, so I would imagine it's not the best. Like, favourite, share it with anybody you think would want to learn how to make custom skies for COD, and subscribe.